In a village nestled between two great valleys, there lived a curious boy named Kofi. His legs were swift, his spirit restless, and his eyes always turned toward the great mountain that watched over their land like an ancient guardian. Every day, he would stare at it, wondering what secrets lay beyond its clouds. One bright morning, beneath the shade of the old baobab tree, Kofi stood before the village elders. Their faces were lined with years of wisdom, their voices heavy with stories, and with all the confidence his young heart could carry, Kofi declared, "I will climb the tallest mountain and see everything there is to see in this world, then I will know as much as you do." The elders chuckled quietly, all except one. Elder Alma, whose silver hair shimmered like threads of sunlight, simply smiled. She said nothing that morning, but as dusk fell, she called Kofi to sit beside her. Her voice was soft, like wind through dry grass. "Child," she said, "I will make you a wager. Climb the mountain with all your strength and youth, but when you return, tell me what you have seen." Kofi's heart leapt with excitement. Before dawn, he rose and began his climb. Through mist and stone, through thorn and wind, he pressed upward. His feet bled, his lungs burned, yet still he climbed, higher and higher still. By afternoon, he reached the peak, and there, the world unfolded before him like a great woven cloth, villages like seeds scattered across the valleys, rivers shimmering like silver threads, forests rolling until they kissed the edge of the sky. Overwhelmed with wonder, Kofi stretched out his arms and shouted into the wind, "I see everything." That night, exhausted but proud, Kofi returned to the village. He found Alma sitting beneath the same baobab tree. He sat beside her and began to speak quickly, describing every detail, the rivers, the forests, the endless horizon. Alma listened in silence, her eyes fixed on him, patient, calm, knowing. When he finished, she took his hand gently and said, "Now tell me, child, when the Simmons family's son fell sick 3 seasons ago, did you see from your mountain how his mother had no money for the healer's roots? Did you see, from up there, how old Kwaku sat alone each morning waiting for a kind word that might have kept his heart beating? Did your mountain show you which of our young people would make good partners, or why the rains failed and then returned? Did it teach you how to mend a broken bone, or the words that heal arguments between neighbors?" Kofi opened his mouth, but no sound came. Alma smiled sadly and looked toward the horizon where the sun was sinking into a sea of red and gold. "You see, child," she said softly, "when you stand on the mountain, you see far, but distance shows you only shapes, not truth. I have sat in this village for 73 seasons. I have watched children become parents, parents become elders, and the great wheel of life turn again and again. Wisdom," she said, "is not measured in distance seen, but in depth understood." Kofi sat quietly as darkness gathered around them. Finally, he whispered, "How do I gain the vision you have, Elder Alma?" The old woman smiled, patting the space beside her. "Sit," she said. "Sit here, tomorrow, and the day after. Listen more than you speak, watch more than you act. Let time teach you what the mountain cannot. For the deepest sight, child, often comes not from climbing high, but from staying still." From that day on, Kofi climbed the mountain many times, for he never lost his love of heights or his hunger to see the world, but he also learned to sit with the elders, to listen, to observe, and to understand. Slowly, he began to see the hidden strengths in others, the shy girl who would become a great leader, the humble man everyone dismissed but who carried great honor. He saw the quiet acts of kindness that held the village together. Years passed, and one day, Kofi, now an elder himself, sat under the same baobab tree. A curious child stood before him, eyes wide with wonder. "I climbed the mountain," the child said proudly. "I saw everything." Kofi smiled, remembering that he patted the ground beside him. "Come," he said. "Sit with me. Let me tell you about a woman named Alma, who taught me that the highest wisdom is not found in climbing, but in seeing."